The idea that you yourself and only yourself have complete control over your funds is an idea that, we largely haven't had, especially in a digital format, ever.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of our new series where we interview some of the top voices in crypto. Today I have Robertson from Wormhole. So I'd love to start with an intro and a little bit about you, your background, and what you do with Wormhole.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I am one of the co-founders of Wormhole. So Wormhole's been around for about 5 years. What we do is we enable blockchains to talk to one another. Most people would call it interoperability. It's kind of a big word to just explain just that. How do blockchains speak with one another? So we got our start connecting Solana and Ethereum, and now we connect over 40 blockchains. And why that's important is if you can enable blockchains to speak to one another, you can build applications on top. The application we're kind of most known for is being able to send assets between two blockchains. And the best way to describe this, maybe if you're with your family or something, is we are the wire transfer for crypto.
That's a really good way to put it.
Quite simply.
Yeah, but 40 different blockchains.
Yeah, over now.
That's insane.
Yeah,
you guys have scaled so much since you first started.
I mean,
how long has it been? Five years?
It's been about 5 years. And one thing I will say is there's a lot more blockchains than 40. However, the majority of activity between blockchains, it really happens on a smaller subset. Mm-hmm. There's really maybe 10 that are largely used, and then the additional 30, kind of a longer tail of blockchains. Yeah.
So how do you guys decide which blockchains to integrate next, or I guess to connect? It's
a part art, part data. So there's, typically there's kind of like your qualitative quantifiers that are like, how big was the raise? What does the team look like? Kind of more of those things. And then if it's a blockchain that's already out, we'll use, what a TVL do they have? How many transactions do they have? Some more like quantifiable metrics. Because for us, we care a lot about volume between the chains. We want to make sure that people can seamlessly move these assets. And so if we're going to integrate a blockchain, we want it to at least be one we know that's going to get used. So anything that indicates that a blockchain is going to be used more is helpful for us in assessing.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And what about you? So you come from a traditional background, as most people in crypto is so new. But you have a history at DoorDash.
Yeah.
How did you transition?
Yeah, so I've been working in like startups for the better part of a decade, always in more like growth focused roles. At DoorDash, I joined fairly early on, focused a lot on new verticals. So that was anything outside of you getting a pizza or a burrito delivered to your door. We would test new things. So it could be grocery before grocery was brought into the app. Or what we worked on for a while was catering, right? How do you get kind of these gig economy type drivers to deliver these very much more expensive orders, right? In the US, it'd be like $3,000, $2,000 catering trays, right? So it was really fun to try and incubate these new, I guess you could say, businesses under this broader umbrella. But at that time, I was also into crypto personally. So the way I got into crypto was I started mining Ethereum. So I built a bunch of my own personal mining operation in 2017. And then after DoorDash IPO'd, I ended up getting into crypto because of that. And I started at a place called Jump Trading. It's a large hedge fund, not only in crypto, but also in traditional markets. And that's actually where we started Wormhole. So we started Wormhole, we incubated it at the firm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, nice. And how did you find out about crypto? What was your journey?
My journey was, in the US, you have to be 21 to drink.
Yeah.
And it's quite well known that a lot of people skirt around this rule. And so I actually had bought an ID, I think when I was like 19 or 20. I won't say what site it was, but they accepted Bitcoin. This is back when Bitcoin was very much so like viewed as like, it's only good for illicit things, et cetera, et cetera.
That is so funny.
So that was like my first foray. They're like, hey, we can only accept payment in this thing called Bitcoin. I was like, how do I get this? How do I do this? And then it kind of forced me down the rabbit hole a little bit, but I really didn't get into it a lot until 2017. So about 5 years later, when Ethereum and the idea of like programmability on a blockchain came out.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's so funny. All right. So how do you feel about self-custody? And how do you feel about people that don't practice self-custody?
I think self-custody is extremely important, of course. I mean, that's one of the core tenets of I would say blockchain technology more broadly, the idea that you yourself and only yourself have complete control over your funds is an idea that, you know, we largely haven't had, especially in a digital format ever, right? So I think it's absolutely necessary. I think I'll maybe take the, you know, a certain perspective where I understand people who sometimes don't practice it, at least people that aren't in blockchain yet, right? The idea that, you know, there's one password that you can maybe lose or something like that when you don't really know how a lot of the technology works is kind of scary for some people, right? They're used to a bank account, used to having this insurance. But I think that a lot of the self-custody providers are getting a lot better about, you know, how do we back up these private keys? How do we kind of give layers of safety and comfort while also maintaining the idea of self-custody? So I think the technology is maturing in a way where a lot more people will start to adopt self-custody, where before it might have been a little bit scary because yes, I have this complete autonomy and sovereignty over my funds, but that's also a little bit scary for some people because maybe they'll misplace something.
And you're also only as safe as your security practices.
Yes.
You usually pay a bank, you know, through interest or whatever fees to take care of your funds.
Yep.
But in crypto, that's reversed, and that can be quite daunting for a lot of people. But the whole ethos of, you know, power to the people, and this is your money, and, you know, you deserve to have full control over it, is one of the reasons that I fell into the space.
Yep.
And it's just such a nice message. And so, where do you think self-custody is going to be in 5 years?
I think along the theme of it's along the theme of like kind of what I was saying before. It's like self-custody is moving from being more daunting in a way, right? Again, it is powerful in that you're able to kind of have complete control, but it's also comes with some of that fear of, you know, maybe I could lose the password, et cetera. I mean, we've all seen the like articles of people who had a certain amount of money on some cold storage wallet and they lost it, blah, 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 right? So I think that if, you know, I was working specifically in it, I'd be a lot focused on how do you make people more comfortable. And so I hope in 5 years, you know, the idea of self-custody is layered with like redundancy or ways in which to make sure that it's as easy to use for people as possible. I think we're already getting there. I know you guys, you know, Ryder are doing a lot there. So I can't say exactly where it'll be, but I hope it continues to kind of move towards that direction.
You know, you've used like certain keywords, and I'm marketing at Ryder, and they're like redundancies, or, you know, like that people that lose their crypto. There's like James with the landfill. Like, you know, there's so many people that have lost crypto, and these stories are the reasons that Ryder came around. So I'm actually really excited for you to unbox it. So we'd love to.
I'm excited too. Cool. So maybe we've already come a long way in making sure self-custody.
Maybe we're not 5 years away.
Maybe we're not 5 years, exactly. Yeah, I think the idea of being able to, it's like having a certain part of your portfolio or maybe all your funds, you know, almost like shielded in a way from governments, et cetera. I just think it's important to have that. And this is like giving you physical gold, but digitally. Like this is how that happens. There we go. I'm ready to ride. Got my little carrying case. My charger. What's the battery life like on these guys?
I've had mine for 3 months, and I haven't charged it once, and it's at 60%.
Oh wow! Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, but I'm a hodler. You know, like
so you're not looking at your funds all the time, and
well, whatever's on my Ryder, I'm not looking at. You know, I have other wallets that I'm using more for the trading side.
I see. Yeah, you have your hot wallet for when you want to trade perps or something like that.
Well, I wish I could get into perps, but I'm like, I'm way too scared. So this is your wireless charger, and this charger charges your wireless charger.
Okay.
Which charges your Ryder.
My Ryder, and then this is
the recovery tag. Oh. So you know the redundancies that we were talking about. Basically, right now, the only way to back up your wallet is by writing down the seed phrase. So normally, when you unbox a wallet, it will come with a piece of paper to write down your seed phrase with.
Yep.
We don't have that. You still have the seed phrase on your Ryder if you wanted.
Yeah.
But instead, we use Shamir's secret sharing to break down the backup to your wallet into different pieces. So the recovery tag holds 50%, your phone will hold 50%, and you can restore your wallet.
Wow.
If you lose your phone, recovery tag, and your wallet all at once, so everything's gone, you can set it up so that you can recover your wallet through social recovery. So for me, it's my sisters and my mom. And so if I ever lose everything, I know that I can still restore everything.
Wait, so how does that work in terms of like you give your each of your family members or whoever you choose has
fragments of the recovery.
I see.
And then it pieces together like a puzzle to restore your wallet.
I see. Okay, I have the Ryder app. So can I, it's telling me to get started.
Set it up.
Okay. Let's do it. Okay, I've downloaded the Ryder app and I'm going to get started. I want to set up a new Ryder. I'm going to create a new wallet. Why not? And if I wanted to, I have my other wallets. I could upload like an Ethereum wallet or something like that if I wanted to.
Soon. Yeah, that's our next update.
Okay. So turn on the device by holding the secure button. Oh, I see the Ryder logo.
It should already be on.
Oh, it is. Sorry, it is on. It's a step ahead of me. Okay, now I'm gonna pair my Ryder. Cool. Ready to scan. Scanned. That was easy. Choosing my passcode. Back up your wallet on your recovery tag. Okay.
So you have to also choose
choose my passcode here. And I went too far. Okay, create my wallet. Choose your passcode. I may, Christmas time is coming up. This might be
I did that for my family.
A good option, yeah.
Hopefully this video comes out post-Christmas and I don't ruin it for them.
Okay, now I'm going to create my wallet, which I did here. Okay, cool. Creating. And create on your Ryder. Want to initiate the wallet process. Take a few seconds. Okay, cool. Oh, there it is. It's done. And now I move on to the backup with the recovery tag. Okay. So with this, I just tap it on the back. Press backup. Wow, it's done. That was fast. Next step, backup wallet to my paired phone. So this is me splitting. I see splitting the keys. So back up now. Cool. Save your phone backup. Okay, cool. I'm saving it. You can save it on my phone or on my iCloud. And now I'm going to access my wallet.
And that's it.
Wow. And then I have the wallet interface on my phone.
In the app.
Oh, that's great. And so that doesn't take, I guess, battery from this. Like, that's really cool. I can see it here.
It's so simple. So
if I want to look at my balance, I could see it here. But if I want to make a transaction, you
need to approve it on your Ryder. So you can make the exchange, the transfer on the Ryder app.
Yeah.
And then to approve it, you have to tap your Ryder One for added security.
Okay.
So that's it.
So I would just take the Ryder here.
The app will prompt you how to do it. So
oh, wow. I love that.
Yeah, it's super straightforward.
I love
but it's redundant at the same time.
I'm looking at my balance, so it says 0. I need to get some funds in here. And then today, what funds are supported, or like what chains supported?
Well, Wormhole's there.
Yes. No, Wormhole's there. Which I will say will give you the ability to, no matter what chains the funds are on, as long as it's supported by Ryder, you'll be able to send your funds between the chains, which I think is something a lot of people think you should be able to do out the box. But what's weird about crypto is blockchains don't speak to one another like we started this conversation. So we enable you to be able to kind of send between the two. So that's cool that that's going to be embedded in the...
Exactly. And the process is so simple. But right now we support four main blockchains. So we have Bitcoin, Stacks, Solana, and Ethereum.
Okay.
We have launched support for SPL tokens, and we're launching support within this week for ERC20 tokens.
Nice.
But this has been 3 years in the making, and we've just gone to market 3 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're still a baby, but at the same time we're a sleeping giant.
Yeah.
You know. So we're coming and we're building really fast. But yeah, we're really excited for the updates. You know, we have a lot of other blockchains in our roadmap, like XRP and ADA, a couple others.
That's awesome. Excited to hear you guys have Stacks.
Yeah.
We're a close partner of Stacks too. So
yeah?
That's great. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Both of our co-founders were from the Stacks ecosystem.
No way. Okay. Moonim's a good friend.
Oh, yeah?
But that's great. I mean, we're at Breakpoint. SPL tokens are obviously important. They're in high demand. That's obviously a lot of what I use Solana a lot, so that'll be great. And also Wormhole's native token W is both in SPL and in ERC20. So we're excited for that. Yeah.
Well, we're excited. You can actually store the W token on your Ryder as well. Do you feel like we're maybe not 5 years out from redundancy? Yeah, that's great. You kind of, I feel like that was a good question to ask and then go through this because, and by the way, I did not know about the full suite of kind of the Ryder experience before I came in here, all honesty. I think this solves a lot of the issues that I've heard people have with self-custody, which is, again, it's that redundancy piece. Like, how do you have your cake and eat it too? How do you have sovereignty over your money? But also, if you lose a piece of paper that you hide between your bookshelf or something, you don't lose all the money you have. So this is exciting. Yeah, it is an issue. You know, it's quite funny because my mom, she will randomly send me her seed phrase and be like, "Hey, can you help me do this trade?" And I'm like, "Stop sending me your seed phrase." You know, but it's just it's so hard for their generation. Me do this and she's like, "How do I offload this token for USDT?" I'm like, first of all, yeah. You screenshotted the wrong set of numbers and letters here, but imagine she puts it on Facebook. You just don't know. That's why I'm so excited for this wallet, because imagine if she can use it, it makes our life, like me and my sister's lives, a lot easier as well. Absolutely. And imagine for us crypto people, this is like one of the easiest setups I've personally had. So yeah. Well, I hope you like your new Ryder One. I love it. If you want more recovery tags, you can buy them online. Love that. Thank you for having me. Of course. Thanks for being here.